Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and another Pixel 6 review video. But where's the Pixel 6? Oh, I'll make it appear right now. I'm recording with it. I am killing two birds with one stone with this video. So welcome to the video. We're going to be talking about the Tensor chip, and I'm going to try my best to sort through the confusion of the Tensor chip. But before I do that, I would really appreciate a thumbs up on this video if you guys enjoyed the content. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you guys did and turned on notifications so you don't miss a video upload or when I go live. So the Tensor chip, let's do this as quick as possible. People are like, it's an Exynos chip. Not quite. Okay. Answer the question. Survey says, bing. It's not an Exynos. Now, was it manufactured by Samsung? Yes. Could Google have done this themselves? Yes, they could have. Well, obviously, they got smart enough people at Google. But Google has this track record of doing something like this. With the Pixels, like I was gonna say Pixel 6. With the Pixel and Pixel XL, that was executed by HTC. With its second iteration of the Pixel, which is the Pixel 2 and 2 XL, one was done by HTC, the other one was done by LG. The Pixel 3, the 4, the 3A, the 4A, the 5, the 4A 5G, and the 5A, that was built by Foxconn. So, with the Tensor chip, that tends to be that. So, Google designed the chip to work in tandem with a system called TensorFlow. So, from the ground up, the chip is pretty much Google's envisionment. But they had help from Samsung to manufacture the chip. So to some people, the confusion would be, well, then that makes it an Exynos. No, it doesn't. An Exynos chip was not designed to work with a AI-driven system known as TensorFlow. It's not designed, the parameters weren't set for it to work in tandem with that. The Tensor chip is, which is why it's called the Tensor chip. And in future iterations of the Tensor chip, I do believe that it will eventually be in-house, 100% completely made by Google. So that's why when people ask me, I heard that the Tensor chip is an Exynos chip, I answered the question as, no, it's not. But I never said that it wasn't built by Samsung. But that's because I know how this works when it comes to that. So is it really Google's in-house made chip? To a degree, yes. Google and Samsung have this partnership going on, and they've been working pretty well. I mean, it's almost to the point where they're like best friends. Like Google's like, hey, Samsung, how's it going today? Yeah, look, we got some foldables that we're trying to get out there, and so we need you guys to polish Android to function properly on these foldable displays that we've designed and built. Yes, definitely. Yep. All right, take it easy, man. Peace. And it's through these relationships that we get better technology and further advanced mobile technology. It's through these relationships, right? So hopefully that answers that question of like who built it. Samsung built the chip, yes, but it's not designed by Samsung. It's not an Exynos chip. Notifications. Gotta love notifications. But yeah, that is it. Now, how does the Tensor chip perform? It's a hit or miss. But when I heard that, the big G company was going to be making their own silicon, I looked at it from a perspective where it was like, I knew there was going to be some quirks and kinks. That is a given. Anyone that's going to sit there and say, oh, they should have built it perfectly, got to lay that same ground on other companies such as Samsung and such as Apple. Apple did not design their chips perfectly from jump, okay? There were issues with their chip, and they've gotten better at designing their chip over time and perfected their craft. And I feel like that Google should take that same step. And I feel like they will at some point. They will. I don't think it's going to be in like in like 10 years from now. I think it'll be sooner than we expected. But yeah, I did not look at the Tensor chip as it was going to be this super powerful, which is why my view of it is very optimistic, because it in fact is very powerful. And I'll give you an example. Well, I'll break it down for you guys so you guys understand how I'm looking at this. We have a really kick-ass photo editor with Magic Eraser, right? Do you know how powerful a chip must be to be able to process and execute a process known as Magic Eraser? The ability to remove all this clutter on the shelf here in my background, but to be able to know that the wall is a brick wall and recreate not just any brick wall scenario, but to match it to identify with this wall right here. So it will calculate the spaces between each line to correct and make that so that way it looks natural. It registers the texture of the brick to recreate that in this space right here that I am eliminating all those objects and subjects out of the shot. You need a very powerful processor to do that. That's not something that a Snapdragon 210 is going to execute to perfection. That is why I look at the Tensor chip and say it is a pretty powerful chip. Now, is it have the same powerful characteristics as the latest Snapdragon 800 series chip? No, but it is a powerful chip to be able to execute things like that, to be able to in real time translate language to another language in real time, to create a conversation that flows dynamically and naturally. That's a powerful chip. So seeing what the Tensor chip can do is pretty awesome. But can it handle my day-to-day tasks, such as recording this video and editing it on PowerDirector? And I can tell you guys, I've edited multiple videos on the Pixel 6 and it handles it just well. It's not sluggish. It doesn't take too long to render a video. It does it in a time that I expected that it would do. So in my opinion, my experience with the Tensor chip hasn't been bad. Some people have reported bad experiences, but just like everything built, there's always bad batches and defective things. So you can't expect it to work 100% for everyone across the board. But I would say a good 98% to 99% of people that got a Pixel 6 or 6 Pro aren't having major issues with it. Gotta remember, people are vocal when they want to complain and tear down something. You'll see a lot of that. But those people who are satisfied, they don't take to social media to complain. They have nothing to complain about, so they're not going to go on there and complain. So there's a huge percentage of people that aren't having problems with their Pixel 6. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed what I had to say in this video, let me know by smashing the like button. Subscribe if you have not. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a video upload. Thanks so much for checking it out. And in the comments section, give me your perspective, your opinion about your experience with the Tensor chip in the Pixel 6 if you own one. If you don't own one, then just leave interesting questions about the Tensor chip that I can answer in a future video, and I'll be more than happy to do that. But until then, we are out of here. Oh, and let me know how this video looks. It's being recorded by the Pixel 6. You can hang up now. Yeah. Definitely, you can hang up now. I think we made our point about the Tensor chip. All right, peace. And I'm just being a goofball.